guys, I'm Clara and today I wanted to talk to you about some new highlighters because there have been so many new highlighter launches, and today I was in Sephora swatching and playing with them all, and it was kind of overwhelming the number of new highlighters there are. And I feel like no two of them are exactly the same. So you have a ton of options, great options. And today I just wanted to show you the color of each of them and kind of talk about how they felt in the pan and that kind of thing. Now I do have quite a few of these highlighters in my collection, but I didn't pick up all of them because I do feel like quite a few of them are very similar. And so I just want to help you guys kind of figure out which ones are right for you and maybe avoid picking up something that's gonna look kind of like a dupe on your skin. Now I have picked up quite a few of these in the past and I have been playing with them, but the newest addition to my highlighter family, which I just picked up, is from Too Faced, and it is so beautiful. It's like this lovely golden little heart, and this one is called You Light Up My Life. I do think that Too Faced did a really great job with their new highlighters because they do have options for light, medium, and deep skin tones. And that's like really great because I know sometimes people with darker skin tones have to wait a lot longer after the first launch, and that's just totally not fair. But I'll just kind of run through each of the different highlighters with you really quickly, and I'll explain why I ended up choosing the one that I did today. And again, I hope that this is really helpful to you if you are looking for a new highlighter, because I know that the choices are just like overwhelming right now. And if you have tried any of these highlighters and you want to share like which ones you picked up and why, that would be great to just leave in the comment section below, and hopefully we can all help each other out in this world of highlighters. So first, I'm just going to run through the swatches of the more lighter kind of champagne colored highlighters, and I feel like these ones are the best suited to a light skin tone. Starting from the left, we have the Makeup Forever Pro Fusion highlighter, and it is the shade Golden Pink. You can see that it has quite a bit of pink in the undertone, a little bit of gold, and it's a Bake Delay formulation. Next up we have the Becca highlighter in Opal, and right next to it is Moonstone, which is the lighter shade in their collection. And these are actually some of the least shimmery highlighters that they have at Sephora currently. They do have some sheen in them. They don't have as much of that wet, shiny appearance, even when compared to Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop. Those ones definitely have more of like a shimmer bordering on glitter. The next one we have is Blinded by the Light from Too Faced, and this is one of the newest highlighters that has been released. As you can see, it's very white, but it doesn't look icy on the skin. It has a really nice shine, and these ones definitely, they don't have as much pigment on initial application, but you can build them up to be quite pigmented. And next we have to talk about the Stila highlighters, because I feel like out of all the highlighters, these ones actually had the best texture. They're incredibly smooth. They're just a really beautiful formula. This one is the lightest shade, which is Kitten. And my only problem with this one is, even though it has like a very nice light champagne glow when the light hits it, when you turn out of the light, it does have kind of a darker beige undertone to it. The Stila highlighters are definitely a lot more sheer than the other ones to give sort of a wet appearance. But I feel like if you are incredibly light in skin tone, I would probably stay away from these, because in a certain light it could appear more like a dark streak on your cheek, and you don't want that. Next up, the two on the right are part of the new Dior highlighters, and actually I feel like these are some of my absolute favorite. I do have these in my collection. And the only kind of off-putting thing about the Dior ones is the price, because they're about $20 more expensive than the other ones. I would say, just looking at them side by side, to me I can tell a difference. They have more of a high gloss finish than the other ones and look just a little bit more multi-dimensional. The one on the left is the first one that was released, which actually came out in the fall, and that one is shade 001, and the one right next to it is shade 002. I should mention also that these are very similar to the Glowing Gardens collection shades that came out in spring 2016, if you do have those, and this one is actually really perfect for very light skin tones. It is one of the lightest highlight shades, and it does have a very beautiful kind of pink tone to it, but it's a silvery pink. So the first one on the very far left from Makeup Forever, that has a slightly more golden undertone. It's not quite as bright, but those two are very similar. So if you have one, I would say you probably don't need the other one. And then the last one on the right is the new Camelia de Chanel highlighter, which came out in spring 2017. Again, this one is a very nice kind of light champagne color. It looks pretty similar to the new Too Faced highlighter, Blinded by the Light. The Camelia de Chanel one is, obviously it's more expensive because it's Chanel. It looks about the same brightness, but it is a little bit more pigmented, and it does have a little bit more glitter in it, so some people don't like that. And now moving on to the more kind of golden shades in the collection that I feel would be better suited to people on the light medium to medium and also a deep skin tone. I wanted to show you a couple individual swatches on the left from the Ofra Beverly Hills highlighter. Just because I know I was wondering when I saw the new golden Too Faced highlighter if it would be like the same kind of gold shade, and it most definitely is not. And if you look at the two on the left, they are from the Beverly Hills highlighter. You can see the pink one is the most pink highlighter in the range, and that's definitely, it's almost like a blush or a blush topper for someone with a light skin tone. I'd say you have to be at least a medium skin tone to use this one as a highlighter, if you're going to use obviously an individual shade from the color wheel. And then the one next to it is very, very bronze. It looks incredibly gold in the pan, but definitely when you swatch it on your arm, it has like a deep bronzy color. The shimmer of both of these is incredibly beautiful and bright, but it is very different from the Too Faced ones. To the right of the Ofra ones, we have Becca Champagne Pop, and this one is obviously a classic. I did include it on this side because it has more of a golden undertone to it than the rest of the champagne highlighters that we've been seeing lately, and all the ones on this side you can tell have quite a bit of shimmer in them as well. It's definitely more shimmery than the original line of Becca highlighters, but it's not necessarily a bad thing, it just really enhances the light. So now the next two to the right are the new Too Faced highlighters. The pinker one is called Ray of Light, and then the gold one is You Light Up My Life. And the gold one is the one that I did end up choosing, and you can see that it's really a true gold color as compared with the other highlighters, and I haven't really seen another highlighter like either one of these actually. Let's look at the pink one first, and you can see that compared to the Beverly Hills highlighter on the far left, it's definitely a little bit lighter, a little bit more almost salmon in color because it does have a lot more gold to it. And I feel like if you are a light medium skin tone, you could still wear this as a highlighter, but I would probably prefer to wear either one of these as more of a blush topper. Now the thing with these Too Faced highlighters, which can make them really good or really bad depending on what you're looking for, is they definitely go on with less pigment initially, and then you have to sort of build them up quite a bit. So right now today I do have like a light wash of the You Light Up My Life, which is the gold one, over a matte blush, and I feel like it really just adds that beautiful golden tone like when you get a new blush with an overspray or a new bronzer with an overspray. And I always love that initial application, and then once the overspray is gone, there's no more like gold in the blush. And so I was kind of trying to duplicate that overspray effect with this, but we are going to experiment later on in this video and see just how bright we can build up that gold highlighter. Now the next one to the right is the new Prosecco Pop, which has been available as a split pan from Becca, but is just being released as its own individual pan. It's a little bit lighter than the Too Faced one, pretty similar to Champagne Pop, except it's a little bit less rosy, it's a little bit more golden. So I did go back today to actually pick up Prosecco Pop, but then I was playing with the other ones, and the one to the far right is Dior 003, and that's the most golden Dior highlight that they have come out with. And I just really liked the kind of high shine and gloss on this one. When it catches the light, it just really pops as compared with the other ones. I'm still debating to see whether I'm going to actually pick that one up because again, the Dior highlighters are about $20 more expensive. I would say that the Dior 003 is the most similar to Becca Champagne Pop. It's just a little bit more glossy. When it catches the light, it shines a little bit more. So I hope that it has been helpful in some way to you guys to see the swatches, because I know I was totally lost before I went into Sephora and played around with them a little bit. Because everything that's coming out right now is like calling itself champagne or gold or something like that. And they're really actually pretty different when you look at them. So now we're gonna have some fun playing with this golden highlighter and just see how much we can build it up. I already have kind of a light dusting on my cheek, so there's a little bit of a gold sort of hint there. It doesn't look like dark or dirty at the moment, but we'll see. We'll see once we put more pigment on there how it's gonna look. I'm pretty sure that we have reached the same level of gold as shows up in the pan. You can see that is just like pure gold right there on my cheek. This gold is incredibly unique in my opinion. It's just pure gold color, and that rose gold color is incredibly tempting as well. I may end up back in Sephora very soon. So that is it for this video. I hope that you have found it really helpful, especially if you are one of the people who can't really get to a Sephora or Ulta to try these things out. Please let me know in the comment section below if you have picked up any of the new highlighters that have come out and which ones you guys love. And I will be back really soon with an exciting haul that I am just dying to share with you. So if you guys aren't already subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and we'll just have lots of fun talking about makeup together. I hope that you guys all have a wonderful day and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!